Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our first Guiding Eyes for the Blind's first graduation of the spring of 2023. We have 10 teams that we're celebrating today, 4 here in front of the room that have taken part in our residential training program. And we'll introduce the graduates in a little while. But before we do that, I would like to give the guests in the room an opportunity to introduce themselves. It's optional. So if you're a raiser or a guest or donor and you want to introduce yourself to the graduating class, Stephanie's going to come around with the microphone.
And if you want to speak, anybody? No pressure, but pressure, right? Hi, I'm Amber Nolan. I am Chelsea Nolan's wife, one of the trainers for this class. So Chelsea had the honor of training Charlene and Wendy. So excited to be here and celebrate the graduates. You're just passing, right? Anybody else? Oh, thank you.
Hi, my name's Melody, and this is the Westfall family, and we raised Maggie, who's up there tonight.
Anybody? Oh, yeah, thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I raised Faye. She was my 6th dog. And I'm so happy to be at an in-person graduation because my last dog that graduated, it was, high COVID. So very nice. Thank you.
Happy to have you in person. Anybody else?
All right, thank you, everybody, and welcome. I also want to welcome the individuals who are joining us on Zoom. We do stream the graduations as well. You mentioned the pandemic. One of the positive things that came out of that is we're a lot better with our technology now. So before we introduce the trainers, there's a special group of people I want to acknowledge today, and that's I'm sorry. Before I introduce the graduates, I want to introduce a special group of people, and that's the people that trained the guide dogs after they came back to Guiding Eyes from their puppy raisers. We have 10 dogs that are graduating today: Barbara, Merlin, Gabriel, Eva, Arby, Flower, Charlene, Nickel, Maggie, and Faye. And sometimes there's more than one trainer, and it just means that the dog got extra training, extra love while they were here. Sometimes there's one trainer, sometimes there's 4. With our specialized training team, oftentimes dogs are passed to another instructor to prepare them for their person. Sometimes someone goes on vacation, so that's why there's going to be some of the dogs have more than one instructor. So for Barbara, I'd like to congratulate Erin Murphy and Mary Beth Totaro. For Merlin, Deanna Lentini, Isabel Deleski, Mick Belia, and Mary Beth Totaro again. We have Gabriel, trained by Michelle Tang, Kat Pualo, Lori Busi, Catherine Russell, and Miranda Beckman. Gabriel was well loved. We have Eva, trained by Amy DiPaolo, Allison Greenberg, and Karen Fellows. We have Arby, trained by Andrea Martini. Flower up here in the front, trained by Chrissy Vitrano, Isabel Deleski, and Dan Wiesner. And does anybody know what Flower's favorite saying is? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Yeah. She's a very nice dog. We also have Charlene, trained by Chelsea Nolan. Nickel, trained by Mike Seglio and Catherine Russell. Maggie, trained by Caroline Walsh and Deanna Lentini. And Faye, trained by Lori Busey and Mary Beth Tataro. I think Mary Beth might get the prize for the most hands-on dogs. So the graduations are a wonderful day. I love getting together with the entire Guiding Eyes community of volunteers, donors, staff, and our graduates. And I would like to introduce a member of our development team. And this is Rebecca Cross. And Rebecca is going to thank a couple donors for us.
Thank you, Ben. Hi, everyone. I'm Rebecca Cross. I'm Director of Donor Relations here at Guiding Eyes, and I'm so happy to have this room filled with wonderful people who have all played some part of each of these wonderful dogs and of Guiding Eyes. And as you know, it's a huge community, and as you've just heard, just from the trainers alone, that there's a lot of hands and a lot of feet that work with these dogs through their growing up, whether it's the puppy raisers or our amazing trainers or our amazing donors or our amazing staff in all the other ways. It's just a wonderful way to see these lives all come together to really everybody's a bit changed by it. So thank you all. And I want to just give a special recognition to the donors who are with us today, and also to one of our teams here today who was sponsored. So that means the class training of this team, the 2-week training of the dog with the instructor and the individual training with the dog was sponsored by Cerberus Capital Management, one of our corporate partners. And we're so thankful to them who they've partnered with us for several years. They wanted to share with Wendy and Charlene, their sponsored team. A huge congratulations to Wendy and Charlene. We wish you best of luck on your adventures together. So we're so happy for this team, and we're so happy for the partnership. So thank you, and thank you to the Cerberus team members watching on Zoom. So glad you could join us. And thank you to everybody who has contributed in one way or another to making our work and these amazing teams possible. And I'm going to hand the microphone off to Chelsea Nolan, who's going to thank our puppy raisers.
Good afternoon, everybody joining us in person and on Zoom. My name is Chelsea Nolan. Ben, congratulations, you said it correctly, so proud of you. I am a guide dog mobility instructor trainee, and for the past 2 weeks, I have had the esteemed pleasure of working with and alongside the graduates that completed our residential training program. My personal journey started with Guiding Eyes about 17 years ago when I saw a flyer advertising puppy raising in my high school cafeteria. Thank you so much, Leslie Stevens. After attending my first puppy class in the OG Ohio puppy raising region, I was hooked. I have since had the opportunity to raise 7 puppies for Guiding Eyes. And not only do I know from personal experience the time, love, and dedication it takes to raise these amazing dogs, but I have had the privilege of meeting and learning from the incredible individuals and families that make up our puppy program committee, or not committee, community. The foundation of skills and socialization that puppy raisers instill makes it possible for our amazing trainers to teach these well-rounded pups everything necessary to become life-changing gifts to individuals who are blind and visually impaired. It is my honor to announce the puppy raisers involved in the journey of these pups to be the elite working dogs we know them to be today. So joining us in person, we have the Westfall family who raised Maggie. Also in person, we have Lauren Doninger, who raised Faye. And our puppy raisers come from all across the country, so sometimes they can't make it in person, but we definitely still want to shout them out. Everybody strap in, this is a very long list. Kathleen Flam, who raised Maggie. Wendy Lewis, who raised Charlene. Erica and Ron Reed, who raised Nickel. Kelly Martin, who raised Flower. Susan Altland, who raised Gabriel. The Gall family and Christina Struby, who raised Eva. Susan Buswell, who raised Arby. Erica and Isaac Okanya, who also raised Arby. Carrie Livingston, who raised Barbara, or Babs. Dana Matheny and Anela, who raised Merlin. Wendy Savino, who also raised Merlin. And Diane and Terry Hagland, who also raised Merlin. So on behalf of Puppy Program and Guiding Eyes in general, I would like to extend a very heartfelt thank you to everyone involved in preparing these pups to achieve their purpose and for the selfless act of loving, teaching, and caring for these pups, and then letting them go to change a life. One of my favorite Guiding Eyes sweatshirts has the perfect quote to describe the experience of puppy raising. In our hands for a year, and our hearts for a lifetime. Thank you. Michelle Tang is now going to present the graduate certificates. Just kidding, she has something else to do.
We're gonna let Shannon do that part. So my name is Michelle Tang. Ooh. I am a placement specialist at Guiding Eyes, alongside Shannon McGee, Chelsea Nolan, and Izzy Dulesky, and our manager, Stephanie Corrett. It is my honor to introduce these teams in front of you. First to my left, we have Tiffany and Maggie. Tiffany has come to Guiding Eyes for her very first guide dog, a sweet and a sweet and very smart girl named Maggie. Maggie, a female black lab, will join Tiffany in her studies at Fairfield University. It's in Connecticut, right? Okay. Tiffany looks forward to having a companion on campus as she works toward her law degree. Next to Tiffany, we have Wendy and black lab Charlene, also known as Char, or Char. Wendy comes to Guiding Eyes from Brooklyn, New York. Sorry. Okay. All right. Charlene, for her very first guide dog. Wendy is a teacher of elementary age children who are blind and visually impaired. Quiet. No doubt Charlene will have a very warm welcome from all of Wendy's students when they return home. In addition to guiding around the school, Charlene will also navigate the busy city streets of Brooklyn with Wendy. Next to Wendy, we have Ronnie and his girl Flower, another black lab. There's a trend in this class. Ronnie has come all the way from Minneapolis, Minnesota for his very first guide dog. Flower will be his first guide dog, but Ronnie is definitely not new to the world of dogs. At home, Flower and Ronnie will be greeted by Ronnie's girlfriend's guide dog named Clara, a husky named Luna, and a bull mastiff named Zeus. In addition to the 3 dogs, Flower will also be greeted by Ronnie's 5 sons. He is the most patient and kind, lovely human. Last, but certainly not least, is our girl Lisa over there with Faye. Lisa has come to Guiding Eyes also for her first guide dog. Notice a trend? A black lab named Faye. Lisa has very quickly formed a nice bond with Faye, and the two look forward to returning home to Canada to ride the double-decker buses and go on long walks together. Lisa, I think the only complaint you had this class was in the casino, it has moving sidewalks, and we said, no moving sidewalks. So she's a little bummed. I think, yeah, she'll figure that out when she gets home. Maybe she'll have somebody hold the dog. In addition to our 4 general class students in front of you, I would like to acknowledge our 5 home trainings. Returning graduate Darren Zenger recently received his 3rd guide dog from Guiding Eyes, Merlin, a yellow lab male, through our home training program trained by regional guide dog mobility instructor Mike Goring. Darren notes that there are aspects of Merlin that remind him of both his immediate retired guide Lou, as well as his former guide, Archer. Darren currently lives in Utah with his wife, young girls, his retired guide, Lou, and Buddy the Doodle. Merlin is a perfect fit to this lively and happy home. Next, returning graduate Emmanuel Nava was home trained with Arby, a black male Labrador retriever. The team worked with specialized training guide dog mobility instructor Andrea Martini. Emmanuel is a very dedicated, loving father, not only to his human children, but also to his retired guide dog, Dallas, and now to Arby. When he is really fussing over Arby, along with exuberant praise, you will often hear him whisper sweetly, "Well done, my son." Observing Emmanuel and Arby navigating their long commute from home to work in San Francisco is very impressive. Their commute involves buses, train stations, platforms, the Bay Area Rapid Transit train, and complex plazas. For certain, this is one time we can all feel happy to leave our hearts in San Francisco. Next, Patricia Hayes has a storied history in jazz music, law, and advocacy for the blind and visually impaired, and is a former president of the Palm Beach County chapter of the National Federation of the Blind. A first-time guide dog handler, her 83rd birthday gift was finding out she was getting her guide dog, Eva, a black female lab. Patricia resides in West Palm Beach, Florida. Chris Salem is graduating with Gabriel, his second guide dog from Guiding Eyes. He works for the University of Buffalo in the School of Management. Chris enjoys daily neighborhood walks with Gabriel. This is Chris's second time receiving a guide through home training with regional guide dog mobility instructor Lisa Derlith. Coincidentally, Lisa and Chris went to the same college together back in the 80s. Cindy is a returning graduate of Guiding Eyes. She and her new guide, Barbara, who she calls Barley, lives on Chicago's North Side. The team lives in a beautiful condo. Cindy likes to take walks to a nearby gazebo near her condo, and she also belongs to a knitting group that meets weekly. Barley has settled into her new home with Cindy quite easily and seems very content. Barley is very calm and seems to be a perfect match for Cindy. That's it for me. Up next is going to be our graduate speaker, Tiffany, with Maggie.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for coming here today. I would apologize for not having Maggie stand and greet you, but she just fell asleep, so I hope you'll forgive me. So all of the graduates in front of you right now, we're all first-time guide dog users. For those of you who have vision, close your eyes and imagine this. You can't really see anything in defined colors, or you can only see patches of colors. You can't see anything that's distinct. And then you have to cross a split crosswalk in the middle of Boston and pray that you don't get hit by a car. Welcome to reality for anyone who is visually impaired. This is what these guide dogs are raised for, to keep us safe, to be our independence, to make sure that we can walk without fear. So this is a truly amazing gift that you guys have given us. And I don't know how to easily describe exactly how grateful I am for this gorgeous girl that is currently at my feet and will always be on my left-hand side. I believe I can speak for all of us when I say we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
All right, my name is Shannon McGee. I'm a placement specialist for this class. It's been a joy working with all of you. And we're now going to present the graduates with their certificates. So first we have Tiffany and Maggie. Wendy and Charlene. Ronnie and Flower. Lisa and Faye. Congratulations.
All right. Well, congratulations to everybody. Thank you so much for coming to Guiding Eyes and trusting us with providing you with these wonderful dogs. Just know this is not the begin. This is just the beginning of your relationship with us. You're part of a community now, and you know that if you need any assistance with anything, you know, just reach out. And I want to thank everybody in the audience who took a part in raising these dogs. It's such a wonderful community to be a part of. And we really appreciate all that you do for us. So thank you very much. At the conclusion of the ceremony, we're going to, for those of you who are joining the graduates for dinner, that'll start at 5 o'clock up in Rosie's. And is it 5 o'clock? Yeah, 5 o'clock. And we will wish you can spend some time after the graduation ceremony wishing the graduates goodbye, and then they're gonna head up to Rosie's for dinner. So thank you very much for coming.